I like that a lot. So let's see what we get from these teams. What?
We have 3 buckets on one team. Rye is with the not emoji, correct?
And Alpha is with emoji? Alpha. Okay.
Alpha. I'm gonna forget instantly.
I probably will too. Me too. Me too. Always.
But anyway, let's go back to the game. We do see 3 buckets coming out on the side of Pulsar. I think that is an interesting and potentially good choice for this map in particular.
I actually love it. I think having the Explasher is like just really going to help like get a lot of paint on the zone from this distance. Like look how far they are away from that zone and they're still able to get some ink there.
Yeah. And just like I mentioned before, there's that little small thing with the little sprinkler right above the zone. I'm just gonna point that out. Because
They used your technique for sure. I love it. I think that is just really smart, like different ways that you can utilize different things in the map. And even still, it's raining from those little drips there. And I think Asef was able to break into zone pretty quickly to take over, but there's still little pieces that are coming out and they have to be careful because if somebody comes from the other side and is able to flank around, those little dots might be enough.
Honestly, like throughout the entirety of the match, if you left the sprinkler there, it's gonna really be a hassle to be able to cover.
It certainly will. I think that is a really good strategy from these teams. At the moment, I'm very happy with the way Pulsar has been playing. You know, it took them a second to get into zone. Dominik Shadows was able to get it down to 30, but now Pulsar is just taking their time, pushing ahead, trying to make sure that they feel comfortable in being aware of where the other team could be coming from.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I think I do like seeing all these specials coming out at once. I think that it is a Splat Zones. I want to say special, but I just said special, and I don't want to say special.
A must, maybe? Or
Yeah.
I agree. I think you want to have that. You want to be prepared for those types of things. And I think Dominik Shadows did a really good job breaking back in here. We were just talking about how I was impressed on Pulsar getting in the zone. And now I'm impressed on Dominik Shadow's side. I think both teams have just done a good job being ready to break back in.
Yeah, I think I really do like seeing the teamwork that is coming out from both sides. That they're really trying their best to make sure that they're together and push together. Ooh. And the last one, we got him.
Nice. Power of teamwork. I think it's also been going really quickly as well. I feel like sometimes this map can take a while because it's so small. Oh, the sprinkler missed! Oh,
this is that sprinkler.
Yeah, I mean, it's still on the ground. It's still doing some things, but I wish I knew if this Explasher were running Object Shredder because I think that would also be really good to have on the sprinkler because then if somebody did try to come in with Bubbles or Baller and the sprinkler is raining down, that might help a little.
And I think I was gonna say, this is Pulsar's last stand, and it was their last stand.
Wow.
So that they take that zone right before Dominik Shadows touches the through.
Really good job. They're also doing a fantastic job of working together as a team. You know, they got a wipe right there on the side of Dominik Shadows, and I think that is major for what they want. You know, you mentioned their last stand, they're able to take zone. Now they need to make sure that Dominik Shadows can't take it back.
I love seeing Asef pushing up on that far left side, being able to keep the Nautilus from pushing back into the zone. Man, bubbles are so strong here.
They really are. I think that was commanding how quickly those bubbles just went into the zone and the zone was green.
And then the zone was green.
They really are doing a fantastic job here. And I feel like I keep saying that, and I need to think of another word for it.
Honestly, If you ask me to make a prediction about who might win this match, I honestly have no idea.
I don't either. I think it's really anyone's game still. We have less than 3 seconds left, and okay, that is game. But really, I think if those bubbles hadn't come out, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think so too. And I saw that they tried to use the splashdown to cancel those bubbles. It's just maybe half a second too late.
Really good showing coming out from them, though.
Yeah, and like you said before, I really like the Explosion pick for that map in particular. I think the elevation changes makes it really useful to have something as great of a range as an Explosion and that arc too.
I think so too. I think they just showed how well it could be used in that situation.
I do believe our next map and mode is on Schellendorf Tower Control. And this is our winner's quarters, so this is a best of 5 match.
Oh, thank you for calling that out.
I may or may not be looking at stream and looking at the graphics on stream.
Okay.
But Tower Control Schellendorf, interesting pick. Got a real tall tower. I think that's the thing that sticks out most for me.
I remember that was one of the first things I remember actually about this map for Tower Control, that you said that you call it the tall boy. No, that's on Manta Maria. But this one it's the same height, no?
No, it's tall. It's a really tall tower. It's like double the height of like a normal tower.
Isn't that oh yeah,
no,
so
Manta has a short tower, I think. Right?
So this is the one you were talking about then, that
yeah, the tall boy tower.
Yes, tall boy tower. Wow. Really, I mean, you're right. It takes a long time. Even that extra second when someone is behind you and you're trying to climb onto the tower, and if they're shooting at you, that could cost you. And I think this is a good way to prove it.
And I think it's this map in particular is interesting in that it does have 2 distinct levels, and the top level being pretty much unswimmable. So we might see a lot of run speed just for coming from like a Splatling or coming from maybe a charger.
We certainly could. I think run speed would be really smart, actually, because then you can get...
Oh my god.
I'm having fun. Kensa Mini Splatling.
There are 3 Splatlings on the side of... Oh my god, I keep forgetting which team is which. I believe that's not Pulsar. Dominik Shadows.
Dominik Shadows.
Yes.
Yeah, because Brit is on Pulsar. Yeah.
Got it.
Wow. I don't really have much to say about it except wow. And, like, I'm speechless.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I think the 3 Splatlings, they have a Splatling that covers kind of every corner that they're looking to cover, maybe?
Honestly, I think each of these Splatlings plays just a little bit of a different role, so I think it kind of works out.
I agree. I think having the ballpoint is one thing, having the mini is something else, and having that Nautilus will give you the terror that you're trying to instill in the other team. But the other team also has a Nautilus as well, so they'll have some of the range that I know is expected as well here. Oh my gosh, this hammer could be...
Let's see if this hammer can do... Oh, I think it's because of that armor, they didn't get the that they really wanted to. So that Junior coming in clutch for Pulsar.
Really good job so far, though. I think having... the 2v1 situation is exactly what people want to see.
Yeah. All teams would want themselves to be in a 2v1 situation. Oh, hello. I don't even know if they knew they were there, but... Hello. And, neither team really being able to make a dominating push Although I may be eating my words just now, I think that Pulsar is starting to ride the tower. And once you ride the tower past the second checkpoint, sometimes this game can snowball quite quickly.
It certainly can. I think that they're in a really good position to get that snowball effect going as well. They just have to deal with the one player that's on glass, and now, you know, someone else coming in. The rain is going to be a little annoying as well, but they will need to be ready. And the rain is annoying enough that it stops the push with everyone else coming in undercover, and there we go.
Yep, and I think this is Dominik Shadow's opportunity to make that push forward, hopefully.
It certainly is. I think the 2v2 situation that's going on in mid right now isn't to anyone's benefit, so they need to find a way to really stay alive enough in order to support a push with all 4 players on the team. They are making a run for it here, but there's not enough green ink on the other side of this tower that if they wanted to push forward to help support that, they didn't really have the option. So I think it was able to be shut down very quickly by Pulsar for that reason.
And you know, we've said this once and we'll say it again, that it's really important to make sure that you have control of the tower and its surrounding areas to be able to move it effectively.
It seems like it. I'm really interested to see what is going to happen here, because I think the score is kind of close enough that if Dominik Shadows is able to get a good push going, if they can get a wipe, then they'll probably be able to make this happen much faster.
And with a little less than a minute left on the clock, honestly, how would I say it? The control of this map has been going back and forth constantly, so it's really difficult to make a prediction about which team is going to be able to push past that checkpoint or maintain the lead, I guess.
Looks like it. They're continuing to kind of move forward here, which I think is really good because they're very, very close to getting this lead. Oh no, but unfortunately, I was going to say if that Ultra Stamp could get on the tower for a second, but not able to do it. And with less than 15 seconds left, there's not going to be a lot of time.
Yeah, I think in that case, they really needed that Ultra Stamp to get those hits that they needed to be able to push that tower past the control line.
Oh, that baller! That was a beautiful... That was amazing!
I think the armor knocked them off, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Armor. What a double-edged sword in tower control.
Really, really great job from them.
And that brings the score 1-1 Pulsar Dominik Shadows. So they are really neck and neck, these two teams.
They certainly are. I think it's shaping up to be a really good set to be able to see how they can both come together. I'm excited to see what we'll get next time around, because I don't think either of us anticipated 3 Splatlings, and then we're gonna be able to go into Rainmaker and Muscle Forge with, I don't know, 3 more Splatlings, or what do you bring to that?
Honestly, they should just bring 3 of a different kind of weapon every.
Yes, I love
it.
3 juniors,
3 splooshes.
3 blubbers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to deny that for you.
What could be fun to see, though, would be, I liked that earlier they did play that 3 slasher, so maybe if we had other, like, 3 slashing machines, I think that could be interesting. I wouldn't really want to run Stingray on this, though, so maybe not. But I don't know. I'm really looking forward to see what we get.
Yeah, me too, for sure. I just want to see some unique comps. I think that makes me the most happy when I commentate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we are just waiting for one more person in this lobby to ready up before We start Muscle Forge. Rainmaker is an interesting one. I think it's pretty unanimous that we all want to push the Rainmaker to the right side, unless there's a wipe, and then you push straight mid.
Or you
So-
go up that rail on the left.
So honestly, I think this map and mode. Oh, did you say rail on the left? Yeah. This map and mode makes me the most happy when people can get picks from the Rainmaker. It's so exciting.
It really is. I think you're absolutely right because it's so undeniable here that sometimes there's just, yo, you're on top mid and you shoot the Rainmaker somewhere and you don't even realize that somebody is down below you and then they get picked off and it's really satisfying to watch.
And 2 already going down on the side of Dominik Shadows. Good choice by Britt to take it. There's so many shots coming out. Oh, chance.
Oh man, I think this is the real smart play right here though. Using that tent umbrella to push as far forward as 15, which is a really good number. It's very close to the pedestal here, but Britt is still there, able to get to 1! Amazing.
Dominik Shadows barely holding on to this. Getting they're trying so hard to get that dunk from Pulsar.
They certainly are. That was fantastic. It took a full wipe in order to clear them out of that. I was just really excited to be able to see them kind of handle the whole placement of what they did. Just not letting up that pressure, keep popping the Rainmaker barrier, ready to push it even further forward, and being denied at 1 both times.
For sure. Although I have to say that Rainmaker is kind of not in a good position for, I believe, the Pulsar to continue that push. But honestly, I don't even think they need to push it anymore.
I don't think so either. I think they can... I mean, I know they want to knock out because they don't want to give an opportunity for Dominik Shadows to use the next 3 minutes to their advantage. But nobody's paying attention here, so...
They're all out of position. Wow. Okay.
Beautiful dunk by Britt.
That was pretty incredible.
Those are the moments that make you want to play Rainmaker.
Or make you not want to play Rainmaker.
True.
If you're on the other team, I can tell you so many times. I can tell you so many times that we have, like, playing on a team who sometimes is out of position, that feels the worst.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. If you're not paying attention to where anyone is kind of below you, it gets hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Pulsar did a great job, though, taking that game. I think it's really showing us that what they're kind of coming out with is helping them out a lot, and I'm interested to see if they change anything up for this Splat Zones, or if we're going to see the same comp that we saw on Gobi.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Dominik Shadows was the one who came out with the 3 Splatlings?
I think so.
Okay, so I think that maybe the 3 Splatling comp isn't quite working out against the comp from Pulsar, so I'm hoping to see them switch it up to maybe, 3 Splooshes or 3 T-Tags or
The
3K shots.
3K shots, yeah. I mean, they were also the team that played with the 3 slashers, right? The X-Blosher, the Slash Machine, and the Soda, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe that might be more to their liking for Splat Zones on Snapper Canal, but it's a really large map. So I think if that 4th weapon is a Nautilus or a ballpoint or something that has a good amount of range, that would be to their most advantage.
I could totally see it.
All right.
We do see the comp switch up, I do believe.
We certainly do. I think this is a much smarter comp too. Having those custom Julie Squelchers is going to get you in and out with the range and the power that you need in order to get some of those picks that you might be looking for.
I think Pentabrella is an interesting pick for this map, particularly on Splat Zones. Although it is a Pentabrella, so maybe using those ink mines will help them maintain control of the zone.
Absolutely could be. I think it's just really smart in the way that they're determining how they're going to utilize some of this. And right there, knowing somebody was behind that, that's also very good to keep in the back of your mind of where are people using some of these weapons and what are they going to utilize in order to push forward. So I think that tent is great.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the bubble ballers, double ballers, you have to be so careful with ballers on this map because you just never know when one ball is going to push another into the water on the sides of these zones. And I think that is just an absolute awesome play to see coming out from both teams here.
Yeah, and we do see the control moving back and forth between the two teams, so we'll see how this next plays out.
We certainly will. Dominik Shadows doesn't have a lot of time left on this penalty before they're able to tick it down and get working on the point, so they certainly will. Oh no, they are able to neutralize it. Okay, they are able to hang on to it for just a couple of extra seconds, and they do take the lead from that with that double brain, which I think helped them out a lot. The double baller, again, I love it so much.
The double baller is kind of incredible for being able to take back zones. You can just place one baller on either side of a single zone, or even of a double zone, because you can just place the baller on each zone.
You can. It's just so much fun to watch. I love watching, you know, like bouncer balls or bumper balls, as you could call them if you were bumper cars, or inkjet fights, any of those things where you have two players. Oh, beautiful shot. Two players go with the same special and they utilize it at exactly the same time. It's a challenge of who will handle it best.
Yeah, definitely. But we do see Dominik Shadows coming out with a relatively... I'm not gonna say anything because I'm gonna twist them.
Oh.
Never mind.
I could see it. It seemed like they were going for a good push. Speaking of good right there, OS69 is able to get a couple of really nice picks that will force the rest of Pulsar to retreat a little bit and regroup so that they're not coming in and facing one player against two or three.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna say it now. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind. I can say that Dominik Shadows has like a relatively commanding lead and a commanding control of turf, and then every time I go to say it, Pulsar comes out something else.
No, I completely understand. I think Pulsar is just giving them a real run for their money right now, making it very difficult for Dominik Shadows to hold on to this zone for more than a couple of seconds at a time, which is what you want, because if you can continue to put a penalty on them, then you just wait for your opportune moment where you can take zone and get a couple of players down and push back.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And Pulsar holding onto the zone for dear life with 40 seconds left on the clock. I think I said that. The thing changed and okay.
I think actually though it's interesting because from what we've seen so far, Dominik Shadows has done really well on both of these Splat Zones maps, but when they're faced against another mode, they're not quite holding what we see now. So I wonder if maybe it just comes down to something that the different teams are kind of well placed at.
Yeah, I think so. I do believe that this is Pulsar's last chance to be able to take the lead going into overtime for this match.
Oh, if Brit...
Zone.
I thought if Brit was going to be able to get that pick on the ballpoint, then maybe that would have been something, but not able to do so. It's going to give Dominik Shadows the game and give us a game 5.
That's exciting.
It is. I think these teams have been fun to watch, so it's really nice. And oh, wow.
Yeah, we do see that 17, 13, 11 KA come out Shadows. And you know, sometimes that is the name of the game, being able to get the splats and take that commanding lead. Because obviously you can't take the objective if your teammates aren't up or if you yourself are not up.
Absolutely. I think that you need to be prepared to stay alive as long as you possibly can in order to hang on to some of that.
Yeah, definitely. And we do see Clam Blitz being our game 5. It is a very small map.
You think this is small? I actually think this map is kind of large.
Really? Well, it's a large map, but for Clam Blitz, you don't utilize the map.
Very, very true. And
Yeah.
I think you can utilize a lot of different areas that aren't utilized at all, and then you're in trouble.
Yes. I am not, you know, I think ideally, like thinking about Clam Blitz Piranha Pit as a map mode combo, in my mind, it's something I would very much like, but I cannot play this at all.
I think this map just utilizes range so well because you have the different ramp areas that you can kind of set up if you're range. So I think because both teams have been able to use a Nautilus and a ballpoint and really shown us that they're able to flex some of these range weapons, maybe we'll see them be able to kind of take on a different play at this.
And you know, we did see the change of comp coming out from Dominik Shadows, so I think that worked out well for them. So let's see if they continue to make it work for them.
Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever noticed the workers laying down on the poles at the very top.
Just chilling, you know?
Yeah, I love it. All right, so I think having this Nautilus ballpoint is really smart. We have a Hydra coming out on the other side with 2 sloshers, so this is really, really fun comps from both teams here.
I definitely see the use of a Hydra on this map, just being able to keep your distance, stand on that bait, on those baits up there, and you know, being able to, wow, and that is a wipe from Dominik Shadow's Pulsar. Just want to be clear.
Yes, really, really nice job. And bringing the point all the way down to 39. I think they do have one more clam, which they're going to be able to get in. Oh, someone is coming back. Okay. I was going to say, I think that they had exhausted all the clams that were on the map, but it did look like they got another, and they have another power clam over there.
Wow, how did that hammer survive that? There were 3 people shooting at them.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Sometimes the best offense is the defense.
Certainly seems like it. I think at this point, putting Dominik Shadows on the offense here, they are just going to have a really difficult time breaking into everything that Pulsar has shown them so far. And Pulsar has another 2 power clams at the ready. So if they break this basket and get both of these in, they're looking at a couple of singles that they need to hold onto in order to take this lead. But no!
Oh no, one of the clams falling into the pit, the piranha pit.
It certainly did. I didn't even realize they could go down the ramp like that, but I guess it makes sense, but
yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I mean, at the very least, I guess it didn't fall into the water.
It did. I guess you could also, though, utilize that strategy in one of the ramps in mid. If a player is in a good position, you put your power clam kind of at the bottom of the ramp and let it glide up to your teammate.
Oh,
What?
What? Hello?
What was that? Was that armor?
I think the armor saved them.
It had to have been.
The hammer almost got its revenge.
I like the booyah that came out too because there wasn't even a booyah bomb, so that was literally just a booyah of, oh my gosh, I'm still alive.
Honestly, more power to you if you booyah out your old plays, because if you're not gonna booyah yourself, who else is gonna booyah for you, you know?
Exactly. We encourage team booyah.
Self-booyah.
Self-booyah. Like self-love.
It's true.
I love it. Speaking of love, I think they're getting ready for a push, but I cursed them internally. I didn't even say it out loud.
You thought it. It's the commentator's thought process.
It is. They're going to have a lot of trouble right now, too, because on the other side, Pulsar is gearing up for another push as this Tenterella applies a lot of pressure on Edu over here. They decide to forego this power clam for a second, just trying to get out of the eye as well, but this is not looking good. Is it Pikuri?
Oh, the one of the people with the Japanese name?
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out who that player was that was able to kind of push back in and get the power clams in. All they need are 4, and they have them there, but they're not going to be able.
Oh, they'll just need 1 more.
Oh man, did they miss or they just?
I think they got taken out before they were able to throw that timing.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was amazing. I really thought that was it.
Yeah, that was really close, but you know, the game isn't over until it's over.
It certainly isn't, especially in Clam Blitz. You can have a play come out of nowhere that really dominates everything, and that's what we would need to see from Dominik Shadows in order to get the lead. And the jump is coming in. There's no one there to defend. They do get 1 power clam in. They have a couple of other loose ones in, but there's not another power clamp at the ready to push forward. So I think that this play is not going to go much further than 65, as Pulsar does a great job of cleaning up. Oh, somebody just... No.
That was a little bit too late. And you know, normally a push to 65 is actually not too bad, but considering their circumstances, it may be a little bit difficult to have to push back and, you know, kick down that penalty as well.
It certainly seems so. I think that they've been doing a really nice job of paying attention to when they could do that, but they didn't quite have enough clams, so overtime is at the ready. We have a power clam on the side of Dominik Shadows. They're trying to get a couple of other loose clams. Oh, the jump out, that's exactly what they needed to make sure that the basket couldn't be broken from Pulsar, which would effectively end the game.
Oh, the schmoozin! Oh my god! That was kind of impressive movement.
It was amazing. I think so much of the movement that we've seen today, surviving so many of those ultra stamps, being able to glide right under those players, fantastic. Really good job from both teams. And I think nobody has anything to be disappointed about in terms of playing.